Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time to talk about the Season 6 official teasers that Fortnite has posted and try and figure out exactly what is going on these couple of days before the Season 6 event comes out. And guys, it is pretty crazy to say that the event is just around the corner. 2 days away. I am so excited and cannot wait. You better believe I'm going to be doing those guides for you on the challenges themselves. But yeah, we have to talk about the teasers, try and figure it out, and I put together some very interesting ideas, some to do with drift, the new skins that were shown in the teasers, and possible new locations on the map. Oh, and also can't forget, we're gonna go over what other skins might likely get dark versions similar to Bright Bomber. So it's gonna be a ton of fun. Be sure to hit that like button down below if you guys are hyped for Season 6. On top of that, since Season 6 is just around the corner, comment your favorite part of Season 5. Was it Kevin the Cube rampaging around the map? Was it one of the skins in the Battle Pass? For me, I kind of had fun in the high stakes event, but either way, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. So yeah guys, let's jump on into it here with the first thing I want to talk about. But yeah, before we get into the second teaser that was released today, as well as the stuff with drift and other skins in possible areas on the map, we gotta still talk a little bit about the teaser that was released yesterday, the first teaser that revealed my very own skin that Fortnite made for me. I'm just joking guys, they didn't make it for me, but I mean I now have to rock this skin for sure. It is gonna be the ultimate skin, I know that, but yeah, the DJ llama skin. What exactly does it mean? Does it mean anything? Well, obviously that's a bit tough, and I've thought about this for a while, but I can't really come up with a good connection for what it would have to do with the cube, or all of the previous theories that we've been going over with doppelgangers, you know, the dark version of Bright Bomber, all of that stuff. Having a DJ like this sort of fit in is a little bit, I don't really know exactly how that would work. Still, I have a couple of ideas that could possibly be something that this has to do with, but again, these are just ideas. Nothing really solid, and the first of which is that he could possibly be from the future. He has a very futuristic look to him, more so than a lot of the other skins in game currently. So maybe, just maybe, the cube, when it does its thing for Season 6, it's going to teleport some stuff from the future. And again, that's kind of far-fetched, but still, it would be so dope to have like a futuristic city or something, futuristic hover cars or like hoverboards like from Save the World, something like that. You can't deny that that would be super dope. But then again, most DJs kind of look futuristic. He kind of looks like Daft Punk a little bit, those DJs. So maybe that's where they got their inspiration. On top of that, he could also have something to do with the area on the map that you can see right here. This part, it has a DJ booth. It has the whole area around it. So he could just be connected to this, and this could be like his official area. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet if he has like a huge deal to do with this story, unlike other teasers from the past, which definitely did. But either way, let's keep it going here with another thing I want to talk about, and that is the new teaser that we just got today, which makes things even more confusing, to be completely honest. But at least this one you can still theorize about a little bit, and I think there are some important things to talk about with it. But if you didn't see the teaser image, here it is right now. This is officially tweeted out by Fortnite game itself on Twitter, and it specifically says, like as the caption, it just says saddle up 2 days to Season 6. So in case you couldn't tell from the image, this is indeed like a cowgirl skin. A cowboy skin probably is going to come as well, but it is for sure a cowgirl skin. Now this one does look a little bit more like, what's the word for it? More of like a bandit or like a Wild West like thief or something, you know. She has a mask on and stuff like that, and she also has like, you know, those pointy metal things coming off of her shirt. She does look a little bit more intimidating instead of friendly. But along with this, why exactly would they include this type of skin now? I mean, Season 5 was the season that we got the whole desert area and all of that stuff. So wouldn't this skin have made a little bit more sense back then? Or is it pointing towards them still revamping that area of the map? Because if you guys didn't know, they actually had cowboy themed skins in the Save the World version of Fortnite, and those skins were released at the beginning of Season 5. So this time around, they could be doing something with it, and I think they could be bringing about maybe a more specific Wild West part of the map. I think that's fairly likely for two reasons. The first of which obviously is this skin right here. It could be where this skin comes from. When the cube does whatever it's going to do, it could definitely teleport more stuff. I mean, the cube teleported here. It obviously has the ability to teleport things, and maybe this could be like what shows up at one of the ruins, like a Wild West area, and this is what the skin is referencing. On top of that, I find it very interesting that out of the Season 5 teaser things that showed up, if you remember, there was an anchor that got teleported teleported before Season 5 that referenced the Vikings village. Then there was the, like, dinosaur bones or something like that that referenced the desert area. But there was also this carriage, which I guess could have technically referenced the desert area as well, but it's still odd that it's not the same way as the other ones. The other items, like the Viking anchor, are straight from the Viking village when it teleported. The dinosaur bones obviously teleported as part of the desert area, but the carriage, even though it is on the map near Paradise Palms, as part of like this attraction, which I guess could still make sense, but why then was the carriage teleported from the desert area or the current time period of Paradise Palms instead of like the Wild West? I don't know there, so it could be like 50-50. We see a Wild West area show up a little bit, but the groundwork is set for it to be possible. But then along with that, to sort of clean something up, could this skin just be one of the random skins that doesn't have to do with the story at all? And like when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about how the lifeguard skins technically don't have anything to do with the story, but I guess they kind of do. The lifeguard skins are technically a part of Lazy Links, which got teleported with the map itself. And you can even see them in one of the trailers at the pool in Lazy Links, so that is technically their area. So they are connected with some changes on the map, meaning that this llama DJ skin and this cowgirl skin are more than likely going to be connected with some change on the map or something to do with the story. But then also with that, what about the redline skin? Does this fit somewhere on the map as well? Yes, because as you remember with the beginning of Season 6, within Paradise Palms, one of the brand new areas was the brand new racetrack for the ATKs and stuff like that. So the redline skin is a part of this area, and I believe in like some of the loading screens, you maybe even see this skin driving like the ATKs and stuff like that. So her theme technically has to do with the racetrack and the ATKs, so it is connected as well. On top of that, there's also a couple of other skins like the Rook and this one right here. And these ones as well, I do think they're kind of connected to the detectives agency. This one's a little bit smaller, but still, considering that we had the detective agency show up on the map, I believe before Season 5, it was like right before when they were starting to like investigate the rifts. So that could be where those skins come from. And the like army leader one, the skin that I'm kind of forgetting the name of, I think could maybe be connected with that as well. But again, why are we going over the Season 5 skins and how they connect? Well, again, it's just proof that it is very likely that these skins that were being shown in the teasers are going to have something to do with new parts of the map, maybe new parts of the story. They're not going to just be random skins, more than likely. So it is fair to theorize about them. But moving on again here to something different, this time we got to talk about Drift and how he is possibly going to have a dark version of his skin included in the game. And this clue here that sort of points towards it is a very, very cool clue. It just seems too, you know, too perfect to not be a hint from Epic Games about another thing that could possibly be happening in Season 6. And credit for finding this clue comes from a couple people on Reddit, Cypher Doubleshot, and also he said he got the idea from Eric's. But if you go into game and take a look at Bouncy Loot Lake, like you can see me doing right here, just gliding in, taking a look at it from the top, you'll notice that there's this weird texture, or sort of like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like a murky texture in the middle of Loot Lake that doesn't fit in with the rest of it. As you can see, the rest has its own, you know, kind of texture with the lines moving across, but this foggy portion is separate. On top of that, it also looks like the half of a face, but more specifically looks like the half of the Drift mask face. So if we put them side to side, you can definitely see that it seems that they are connected in some way. I don't think this is a coincidence, and if it is, guys, it's a pretty crazy coincidence, but I mean, it just looks like it fits too well to be a coincidence. And again, granted, there's a couple things that don't perfectly connect, and that might just be due to me not perfectly overlaying the mask, and also I guess it depends on which picture you get of the mask, but at the very least you can see the similarities. I mean, there's the mouth, which is kind of like faded away, there's the piece for like the nose that definitely actually connects pretty well, and then the eye is pretty similar. Again, this is sort of like I don't drifted away version, puns intended, but I mean, like if you tried to draw it in some sort of liquid so the liquid moves around a little bit, it's understandable. So the eye is a little bit different, but still definitely fairly similar. And then up here you also have like even the diamond kind of looks like it fits in there as well. And then the ear is definitely the most different part, but that's also the most faded part of it by far. So again, I do think this could be a clue pointing towards Drift getting a dark version, similar to how we know Bright Bomber is going to be getting a dark version. And that just makes sense as well. He's always with Bright Bomber in practically every loading screen we got. So if Bright Bomber is getting a dark version, I could definitely see that Drift would be getting a dark version as well, and it would probably just be an extra cosmetic option within his customization to choose this dark version, and then that could have something to do with the Season 6 story, which as of right now is a little bit too far ahead to theorize about that, but still guys, I think that's super dope. But then along with that, is Drift the only skin that could also get a dark version on top of Bright Bomber getting a dark version? I definitely do not think so, and here is why. I think there's actually 2 other skins that could be getting dark versions or dark variants, whatever you really want to call it. I guess we don't exactly know the exact name of them yet, so we'll just keep calling them the dark variants. But since we know that Bright Bomber is getting a dark version or something along those lines, that was found within the loading screens itself, so it would make sense that if we take a look at the other loading screens, we can get clues on which other skins may be getting dark versions also. And the 2 skins that are really likely to be included are the Cuddle Team Leader and the Rex skin. That's right guys, this would just make the most sense simply because these 2 skins, along with Drift and Bright Bomber, show up in so many of the loading screens for Season 5. I mean, wherever in Drift and Bright Bomber are, these skins are right there with them, so for sure it can be very likely that they will be included in this in some way. On top of that, since we know that Bright Bomber sort of like touched the cube and maybe that's how the dark variant got transferred to our world, the loading screen before that, Rex himself is getting zapped by the cube. So if by touching the cube Bright Bomber might be getting a dark variant, there's gotta be almost for sure a dark variant of the Rex skin coming out. I mean, that just makes sense. And then I guess the final thing with this that I think is pretty interesting is that yesterday, or I guess in today's shop before it switches over, Bright Bomber is in the store, which I just think is another thing signifying that these dark variants are going to happen. I don't really think that's a coincidence, and I do think the skin will be re-released maybe at the start of Season 6 or probably somewhere along those lines, but it would just make sense. So yeah guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Those are all of my theories for Season 6. Can't wait to see what is coming out in a couple of days, and be sure to subscribe for more Season 6 videos when it is live. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous videos here, such as on the left going through everything we know about the Halloween event, and then on the right a bunch of secrets only true Fortnite players know. But other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.